People might have mixed feelings about American Express credit cards. However, there's no denying how valuable membership rewards points can be. That's why, if membership rewards points are built up in a strategic and effective way, that can unlock possible vacation and travel experiences that you may never have been able to afford otherwise. However, what happens if you run out of points? Well, that's what this video is for. I'm going to cover my 10 favorite strategies to efficiently and effectively build your stash back up of membership rewards points. Let's dive right in. I'm going to break down each strategy into 3 parts. First, I'll explain the method. Second, I'll talk about how many points you possibly could expect to earn with this. And then I'll rate each one on a difficulty scale between 1 and 5 stars, with 5 being the most difficult. Out of the 10 strategies on this list, I purposefully targeted some of the easiest but still most rewarding strategies so you don't have to spend a ton of time making changes just to earn membership rewards points. I truly think that there's something that everybody could be doing on this list to add more value into their wallet setup. Let's get into method number 1, which I call targeted welcome offers. On the most popular credit cards like the Gold or the Platinum card, you'll rarely see something from Amex called a limited time offer. It's not impossible, but that's because Amex prefers a different strategy for customer acquisition called targeted welcome offers. What this means is that Amex actually tries their very best to take a very targeted approach as to who their best customers may be. Whether it's browsing one of their websites, doing some research into what credit card may be best for you, or you just happen to pop up on a random mailer in their database, you might be targeted as a high-value customer by Amex. And if that happens, well, you're in luck for some enhanced potential sign-up bonuses. Now, this connects directly to the value of choosing when the right time is to get a credit card and taking advantage and striking while the iron's hot to get these inflated sign-up bonuses. Studies show that most people vastly underestimate the value of getting a credit card when the bonus is highest. For example, a very common bonus we see with the Amex Gold card is the standard 60K points for $6,000 of spend in the first 6 months. That's where the cash value is somewhere between $600 and $1,200 if you can redeem your points at that 2 cent per point multiplier that the points guy gives Amex membership rewards points. However, if you can become a targeted customer or get a targeted offer from Amex, that same Gold card, you may be able to get in at an 100,000 point welcome offer. That's worth a minimum of $1,000 in cash, or when redeemed for strong valuations, up to $2,000 right from the jump. Now you might ask, how can I position myself best to be targeted for these offers? Well, the first thing is you have to put a little bit of legwork in. I found that the more specific research that I do on Amex cards, the more frequently I start to see their highest targeted offers pop up on my browser. The second strategy is you can try to go in completely blank and open an incognito browser and see if Amex categorizes you differently because they've got no past history connecting whether you might be a preferred customer. If you want to give it a shot while also supporting the channel, you can try some of these strategies with the links below in the description of the video. The last tip I give you here is that you just have to be patient. It's very exciting to apply for a credit card once you nail down the one that you know you want. However, the difference could be hundreds of dollars between applying for it today and just waiting a few days for that targeted offer to hit your screen. Oh, and by the way, on a scale of 5 stars, this is a 2 out of 5. It takes some patience, but this is very easy overall. Method 2 is a variation of method number 1. However, this affects people who are now inside of Amex instead of on the outside looking for that right offer. See, once you're inside, Amex doesn't stop selling to you. Amex does this in 2 ways. One is targeted upgrading. Once you have a relationship with Amex, I almost guarantee you'll start to see targeted upgrades sent your way. For example, inside the Amex Gold landing page, you might see something that says you qualify for an upgrade. And when you click into that, you can see that you have the option to upgrade from the Gold card to the Platinum card for a nice 75,000 membership reward point bonus. So instead of going through a separate application process for the Platinum card, which may or may not be right depending on your situation, you could product change your Gold card up to a Platinum and hit an elevated welcome offer. This is not something commonly available with other issuers, and Amex opens this door from time to time for their own consumers. Now, benefits of doing this would be to avoid another hard inquiry on a credit report, as you would if you're applying for that same card, and you can maintain your credit history and your average age of accounts, which are factors in your credit score. However, the obvious downside of this is that it's often more profitable for you to go and start a new application for a separate card. For example, the baseline offer on the Platinum is typically 80,000 membership rewards points. So you can see right here that the targeted upgrade, if you're just going for the most points possible, is not the right move. The second thing that Amex will cross-sell you outside of the family of cards that you're already in. For example, if you're an Amex Gold card holder, you may see a cross-sale for the Amex Blue Cash Preferred and a $300 statement credit upon meeting the welcome bonus requirement. This may be slightly more lucrative than what's publicly out there. As for that card, the typical welcome bonus is only $250. So in both circumstances, you have to evaluate what's best for you and if you could potentially make more, or if you're being offered a raw deal based on an upgrade or a cross-sell. This method of earning points couldn't be any easier. It's a 1 out of 5-star difficulty. Let's talk about method number 3, which is such a lucrative way of earning points, it almost hurts. And this is enabling two-player mode. Now, we call this two-player mode because sometimes accumulating credit card points almost feels like a game. However, I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about that the things that we do on this channel and with credit cards in general in the community are as far away from a game as you can possibly get. When you're dealing with personal finances, making mistakes, or spending beyond your means, that can be an absolutely crippling blow to your financial future. So when you play the credit card game, be very careful. Make sure to spend responsibly and only spend on things that you would normally buy without. Remember, we want to take value from the banks and the issuers, not the other way around. The whole concept of enabling two-player mode is that if you happen to have a significant other or trusted person in your family, as opposed to adding them as an authorized user for a free card or sometimes a small fee to put them on your account with an additional card, you need to play two-player mode to maximize possible points. Between you and your significant other, one of you should first apply for the card and open an account. Make sure to use this strategy in method number 1 so that you're getting the highest possible welcome offer before that first person opens the account. Now, once you have an account open, every Amex card comes with a personal referral link. You can then send this personal referral link off to your player 2. And then of course, they'll use your personal link to apply for their own card. Now wait, it gets even better. Again, using the strategies we talk about, your personal link may vary in points that they're offered. So maybe the first few times that they open your link, they're only targeted for a lower offer. But as the days go by and they stay patient, they may get one of those top all-time high possible offers in their own application. Plus, the kicker is when they do apply, you'll get a bonus as well for referring them. This is a 3 out of 5-star difficulty method because you have to have a player 2 to work this strategy. But if you do it right, you can do this over and over and over with the different cards that you choose to target. All right, method 4 is going to send you the other direction. I know that applying for a separate card with a player 2 is not always the right decision. So there's something here for everybody. Most people probably don't know that Amex will pay you in membership rewards points to add an authorized user to your account. As you can see here, Amex will offer 10K membership rewards points for simply adding an authorized user to the Gold card and having them spend $2,000 over the course of 6 months. Not a very hard target to achieve. Now just note, for the Green and Gold card, there are no authorized user fees. However, for the Platinum card and all the benefits it has, there's an $195 fee to add even an authorized user there. This usually works best where you have a situation where multiple people in the same family are wanting to spend on an account, but you don't want to have to pass a credit card back and forth to get that done. I rate this 2 out of 5 stars in difficulty, still fairly easy, but you have to have a situation that works for this strategy. Method number 5 is tapping into American Express offers. Now this may seem like a very obvious thing on the surface, but I have a strategy that is going to make this so seamless and easy to earn points, you won't even realize how quickly the points are coming in and adding up in the background. So when you log into your Amex account, you'll see a section called Amex offers. And if you're like me, the first thing you'll probably think is, oh, this is some scammy, weird business partnership that Amex is just throwing a ton of useless brands that I'll never, ever want to buy from. And the points or the cash they're offering aren't going to make any difference and just kind of completely ignore them. However, the longer I've worked with different issuers, the more I actually see these adding up and making a real difference, eating into those annual fees that you pay. And if it makes a difference for me, who never goes out of my way to spend with certain brands just because there's an offer for them, then it could probably make a difference for a lot of people. Now, all you have to do is go click in your account or on your app and hit activate offer. Then once you spend on the card, whether online or in store, with a connected brand, you'll earn enhanced rewards. For example, if you go to Shake Shack every once in a while, you'll earn the standard 4x membership rewards points back for restaurants on your Amex Gold. However, on top of the 4x with an activated offer, you could earn an additional 15% back, up to $6. Tax season is really good for this, and we're going through this right now as a family. For example, with Tax Act here, you could earn an additional 5 membership rewards points per dollar you spend, and trust me, taxes can get really expensive, ranging anywhere between $100 to $500, no problem, anytime you work with one of these companies. Combine that with a Gold Card's 1x on everything else, and if you activate the offer, earning 6x membership rewards points back for taxes, which you have to do, that's not so bad of a deal. Now here's my shortcut method. I use an app called Card Pointers, which I do have a link for a discount for you guys in the description of this video if you want to check out how that works, that auto activates every single offer I have from different issuers. So I download it onto my phone or as a browser extension on my laptop, and every time I open my account page, it auto activates all of those different offers. And then I could just go throughout my day or week and spend, and I'll see cash back or extra points being added to my account. And I didn't even realize there was an offer out there. And it's thanks to Card Pointers going through and auto adding these offers into my account. So pretty good value if you want to use that as a shortcut and take advantage of this strategy. This is another beginner level method, and I only rate it 2 out of 5 stars because you have to go through and check the offers or take the time to activate them if you don't have an app like Card Pointers auto activate them for you up front. Method number 6 is even more profitable than the last method. However, they're very similar. This method is multiplying your membership rewards points with Rakuten. Now, you've probably heard of Rakuten. They're a sponsor of the Golden State Warriors, and I think they're even on their jerseys, and it's becoming more and more popular. And Rakuten is a free online browser extension and website that adds additional cash back, or if you're with Amex, additional membership rewards points, which can be even more powerful than cash back for just making the purchases that you already make online. The concept is almost identical to method number 5 with Amex offers, except in my opinion, Rakuten is much more widespread and it just lives on your browser as an extension, so it applies to almost any and every website it seems that I visit. Now, a normal example of this is earning a little bit more cash back or membership rewards points, usually between 1% and 3% when I do shopping at a store like Walmart online. However, a crazy example of this, and one that I'm currently going through now, is targeting a Rakuten offer for $250 in cash back or 25K membership rewards points for signing up for a SoFi checking account. Now, just by going through Rakuten's link, I'm triggering their bonus offer. However, it gets even better because SoFi is offering a $300 bonus on their end when you sign up and fund an account. So in a way, I'm combining these together by going through Rakuten and taking advantage of a SoFi offer to earn potentially $550 just from signing up and doing a direct deposit. This is such a no-brainer, and Amex is the one issuer that allows you to get, instead of cash back, membership rewards points, which are even more valuable. So for anybody with an Amex card, this is kind of a no-brainer. Plus, again, if you take advantage of my link in the description, you get a free $30 through Rakuten after you make your first connected purchase. This couldn't be any easier. 1 out of 5 stars. Let's talk about method number 7, maxing out your referral links. If you've got a credit card that's really made a difference for you, why don't you tell your friends about it? This is a natural opportunity to earn even more membership rewards points and also maybe help your friends who are probably in similar situations that you are. I tend to find that the credit cards that I prefer are also the same ones that people in my friend group could take advantage of if they'd actually known a little bit more about the situation and how it could actually benefit their own lives. Now, there's a huge difference here between spamming your referral links and just explaining how a card has benefited you and some of the crazy benefits that a lot of us know about, but people outside the community have never really experienced. Trust me, the second method is much better, and instead of your friends being annoyed with you, they'll actually be thanking you and maybe get into this hobby themselves. With Amex, the standard gold referral bonus is 15K points, and you can earn up to 100,000 membership rewards points in a year. This means if you just refer between 2 and 3 people every single year, your gold card annual fee is completely covered for, and then you get all of the benefits with that card for essentially nothing each year. Now, this is a little bit more difficult to actually get done because, again, you kind of have to build some rapport and credibility with those in your circle, and you don't want to just be referring these cards to anybody, and especially people it's not the right fit for. So if you're going to try, this is a moderate difficulty step, and I rate this 3 out of 5 stars. Method number 8, transfer bonus notifications. I'll admit it up front, this isn't about earning more membership rewards points, it's about getting more value from the points that you already have. Here is the shortcut to how to do that. When it comes to redeeming membership rewards points, the standard way to do this is just purchasing flights or whatever through the portal and getting about a 1 cent per point value, which is fair and you can do all right, but most people should be targeting closer to 2 cent per point redemptions. And one way you do that is transferring them out to transfer partners. Now, transfer partners are agreed upon business relationships with partner brands, typically hotels and airlines, that you could potentially, when spending in their currency, get even higher value for the cash you would have paid to book through those brands. What takes that one level further is when Amex implements a transfer bonus, thus making the value of the points that you're sending from Amex to those partner brands even higher on the front end. For example, you can see right now, both Hilton and Qatar are running transfer bonuses with Amex. For Hilton, membership rewards points usually transfer at a ratio of 1 to 2, meaning 1,000 membership rewards points becomes 2,000 Hilton Honors points instantly in their profile. However, with the 25% transfer bonus, you can see that rewards points are now transferring at a 1 to 2.5 ratio, meaning the same pool of Amex points has instantly become 25% more valuable when redeemed at Hilton properties in Hilton Honors currency. This is crazy powerful, but I'll admit it's a little scattered when or when not a transfer bonus may show up. I always also recommend only transferring points out of your issuer once you have a goal trip set and you're about ready to redeem. Like most things, the best solution is to automate your searches here. And down in the description, you'll see a link for transfer bonus notifications where you can select the card issuers and brands you want to be notified about so that when one comes along, you'll be pinged with a simple email letting you know it's there. Because of the timing required and the situation having to fit just right, I consider this more of an advanced method and rate it 4 out of 5 stars in difficulty. Method number 9 is to get your spend right. I'll be quick with this one, but it could not be more important. It hurts when I'm in line at the grocery store and I see someone pull out their Amex Platinum card, it glistens perfectly in the sun, and then they swipe it for groceries, earning 1 membership reward point per dollar spent. Understanding the categories that your card earns well in, and then intentionally pulling your card out in those situations, and intentionally not pulling your card out in situations where it's only earning 1x back, is going to go a long way for the value you get out of your products. If you hold the green card and you're using it for 3x in travel, transit, and dining, and you're only using it in those categories, you're probably crushing it. However, if the green card happens to be the only one in your wallet and you're spending it on everything, you're leaving a ton of value in the table. I'd rather add a separate Amex card to my setup, like in this example, the Amex Blue Cash Everyday card, and get 3% back as well at groceries, gas stations, and on retail purchases, and then add something like a flat 2% catch-all card for everything else. And even though it's a little bit more card management, over the months and over the years, the math behind your spend is going to show you that this will make a shockingly big difference to just spend in the right categories and rotate between a few cards to do so. This is a 3 out of 5 star difficulty method because it takes the mental effort and potentially a little bit of research and other work to build your card foundation right. I encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I talk all the time about simple strategies that you can build a great foundation and still maximize the other benefits and perks that credit cards offer. Finally, method number 10 is taking the leap into business credit cards. If you're strictly after sign-up bonuses and parlaying those into some of the coolest benefits and experiences, I think eventually all credit card enthusiasts end in this place. And the reason that a lot of us end up here is that the sign-up bonuses, well, let's just say they can be very significant. Here's a comparison from some Amex personal cards to their business counterparts. The standard gold card, we see offers ranging from 60 to 100K points. However, the business gold, those offers range from 150 up to 200,000 points. Don't even get me started on the Platinum, where we see common targeted offers anywhere between 80 as a baseline to 150, but the Business Platinum, we see offers of 200,000 membership rewards points. That's some insane value there. Now, the big thing about business cards is that they're scary and intimidating because most people don't think they have a business, or someone is going to come after them if they get a business card and they're not running some big company with multiple employees. However, these myths have been debunked repeatedly. You pretty much need any income outside of a traditional 9-to-5 to count as a business. I think a lot more of you have a business by these definitions than you would have thought previously. Because of this, it's a 3 out of 5 star, moderate level strategy. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and there was at least one strategy you'll start using today to gain more membership rewards points without having to do too much work. If you did enjoy it, I hope you'll keep watching the channel, and I can't wait to see you back in the next video.